Hi everyone, Joseph here. During these difficult times of isolation, quarantine, virus, and all that, I wanted to share small scripture and some thoughts with you that came to my mind. As I was praying through last week, I was finding myself sad, a little bit in despair because I couldn't see friends, I couldn't see family, I couldn't even go to church. And I know that it becomes boring being around the house all the time. But I wanted to share with you a scripture that God gave me during this time that I hope will encourage you. In Romans 4:18, the context is Abraham, and the scripture simply says, "In hope against hope, he believed." And it seems kind of strange that hope would be used differently in the same sentence, but the second time that hope is used, it's simply that what others ordinarily hope for, then it reaches a certain point, and then doubts come in, unbelief comes in, and so hope goes away. And so Abraham hoped beyond what ordinarily would be common sense to hope for. Why? Well, he had an encounter, a personal encounter with the living God. God revealed himself to him. And so Abraham, based on his experience with God, could believe in more and even something beyond common sense what God was promising him. And of course, the promise was he'd have a child when he was old. Okay? And so in this time that we have a lot of doubts, that we're thinking about a lot of things, a lot of the circumstances that are not very favorable, we can have hope beyond common sense. And that hope will lead us to believe. Why? Because we trust not in what the news tells us, we trust not in the fears that people exhibit, we trust in the God who created us, who has made himself real to us. We trust in the God who revealed himself to us, that says, I love you, and now we love him, and that we can continue on with him. And listen, faith isn't a blind leap of faith where you jump off a cliff and then you fall and then nothing else happens except that you die. God leads us to a point where we come to a certain point, and then he says, okay, now go to this point, even though there's no confirmation. And that's when we have to trust not in our circumstances, but trust in the God who promises us. And not only that, that he'll be the one to catch us in case we fall, just like what happened with Peter trying to walk on the water. So I hope this finds you with increased hope that we can believe in God because he has revealed himself to us. And even though we might not see the circumstances or the confirmation, we can trust in him because he's the one that will lead us to the promises that he desires to fulfill. Thanks so much. God bless you.